all day tomorrow too. That's what I saw. So time is it cemetery time yet? Fences. Oh, that annoys me. Slash that one. What am I looking for? Fortune teller. Ah, very happy today. So mining might be another tree. Taking over my farm. Stuff ready yet? I don't have my size ready. First, I guess before we hike out into the mines, those can go in there. That can go. That can be sold. One of those. The rest of those can be sold. That go in there. That can go in there. That can go in there. We're gonna keep that with us for a hot minute. And that. Bait and all of those there. I can't make bait yet, right? Out of the bug meat. No, there's no way. So we need to go to Pierre's. We need to go to the community center and drop off parsnip and potato. And we need to buy a bunch of parsnip seeds, like a million parsnip seeds. Let me visit Martin. See what we're doing right now. No, not for mine. Isle of Worms as we go. Origin. Nothing down there. Then we got 9 of those. One of those we can sell. Go to Clinton, bust that open. Community center, potato, and parsnip. Swing back around, drop everything off. It's Monday, so Martin's. What day is it that you're not open? I am back fresh from work. Thought that she had a day. Oh, just most days. So I guess we know Tuesday she's not because of the exercise day. We'll just keep trying to go down another floor at a time, or like another like 5 floors every time we go. Another book. You're good. Okay, I guess I don't mind getting them. I would much rather get like clay out of them. Oh, I need to look and see what the requirements are for the buildings. You. That was like one of the crystals that you would get in Harvest Moon to put in your basement. We don't want to do that yet. We have the 5 copper bars, but we don't have the... We're getting there. That in my list. Probably eat that first. Field snack. Donate. Looks good to me. And off to community center. Then mine. What deer have for us today? 1 eel. Eels are hard to catch, Linus, so you're probably not getting them. Okay. 2,000. I thought. Parsnips. We want like we harvested what, 6 potatoes or something like that. We'll do this. We'll buy that thing. And then we'll have enough to plant because I'm sure at some point we're going to end up with a day where we can't go and buy stuff, and those are always frustrating. Potato. Those we need cauliflower and green bean, and then some flowering crops are only parsnips for springtime. But we've got some fertilizer, so that should increase crop quality. We want a backpack, and then we want watering can upgrade, and axe upgrade, and pickaxe upgrade, and then maybe whole upgrade at the end, because yeah. And fertilizer needs to go down for that we do. Alright. Go off to the mine. Hopefully we'll get some coal today. Oh, we need to go to the lady shop there, Robin. That's the coal one. That's no. We'll go ahead and do that. Alright, here we go. Skip down like 4 or 5 lines here. Is 4,000 gold, 300 wood, 100 stone. And we'll skip a couple more. It's 6,000 gold. A well we don't care about. Silo is 100 gold. 100 stone. 10 clay. 5 copper bars. So we could get one of those made now. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea. A mill. Is 2,500 gold, 150 wood, 50 stone, 50, not 5 stone, 4 cloth. A shed we're not too concerned about right now. Fish pond we're not too concerned about right now. No, we'll write it down anyways. I guess we'll get to use ones. Now first 5,000 gold, 300 stone, 5 seed, 5 nails. I've never done any of those. Anything like this. Cabin we don't need to worry about. Stable is 10,000 gold, 100 hard wood, 5 iron bars, slime pouch. Gold, 500 stone, that's a lot, and fine quartz, 1 iridium bar. That's like the best crafting material out there, isn't it? Pretty sure. Okay, so we'll get a silo and then we'll go do other stuff. Get the silo started on Wednesday. The goal is to get to floor 15. Oh, that's an easy one. What? Oh, it's a little chewing stick. It's a artifact. My pocket spaces at a premium already. Ooh, that's a really nice thing. Well, go ahead and eat that. minecart on this floor, maybe. Of course, we got no space. We can make that eventually. I'm not too concerned about that. I don't even have have space for stone. Bug meat. Bug meat, you gotta go. I need the stone more than I need the bug meat right now. Even though the bug meat can be sold. More algae. Don't care about that. That was all of the... Did I not find a... Stairs? Is there a guy somewhere? There. We're not too concerned about any of these guys. We just want to look for any copper deposits. That was like nothing. We got like nothing. We got a bunch of extra stuff that we can hand out. Diamond. Gunther. That. I don't remember what's like super useful and what's not. So start with basically all the like the money making. I also didn't spend like any energy. All of it. Hopefully not some rocks here. There. You can say I did some today. Tell the parsnip. Someone can go up there. I think that's every. We'll deal with it. Alright, so we can sell. Spring onion. Those are all for Gunther. Now that we're at the point where we want to be. Red speed mining chest. Okay. That can go in there. We know it's going to rain again tomorrow, so I'm not too concerned about energy. Combat level 1. Bug steak. And I just sold all that bug meat. Made some money back. Getting close to that other backpack that'll go a long ways towards helping this mess out too. We're just shy. Weather report. Sunny day tomorrow. $4. Good humor again today. Alright. We got one. We'll just go live up there for now. can't pull stuff over from there, right? I don't think. But we can take. I guess. Cave carrot. And I also want right now my axe. Oh, I got a seed, so I can't pick anything up. And there's supposed I can't pick it up either. There we go. Stuff it away. 1 second. We'll go. Well, at least it was an actual, like, worthwhile call this time, kind of. Lately we've been getting, like, this is your last call for your home and auto warrant, your vehicle warranty, and then they can't tell me what vehicle it is that I own that's under warranty, because I don't have a vehicle that's under warranty anymore. If I go now, there. Cave carrot is going. To the mine, or no, not to the mine, to the center. We're gonna run down and see if there's any spring onions. I need to see about my rice too. I better like remember when I get there. When I get back. Right, I didn't put one in already. No, I did not. Okay. I have to go back and put my with the geode or something I can drop off right at the mine. Yeah, the call today was, I guess it would be like a cold call. They're trying to, it's an actual like place. Trying to sell me a better like bundle for my home and auto insurance. But the one that we have at present is pay like I want to say like in the neighborhood of like $95 to like $110 for both of them on like a monthly basis. And that's all like the standard stuff that we needed to have, basically because we were first-time home buyers. They cut us a really nice deal on all like all like the home rates, and because we bundled our vehicle into it, we get another little bit of a discount. And I've yet to talk to anybody that is willing to even match or consider matching what my insurance company does for me. So I'd rather just not waste the time talking to them. Lots of stuff today. That's okay for me. Those are summer seeds. You don't look like you're drinking. You look like you're sitting on a stone bridge in the rain. Which is not my cup of tea, but their own. So close. 8 apiece. 9. So those are 70 apiece? Perfect. Now I have no money again. But I have a giant backpack. In fact, I'm feeling so good about the giant backpack that I'm not even going to go back and deposit my... Oh, that's going to get me killed at some point. I didn't realize that you could tab through your things. That's not the right one. There we go. I just have to be really careful not to die so that Linus doesn't come and rifle through my pockets. Those can go there. Like that. I'm all set for another mining day. I should see about bringing the fish to someone. And we can start, because we've got actual like space in our bag now. I can start snagging stuff as I go. So we're working on 420 now. Alright, these guys gotta go like 10. The last resort of a hungry cave diver. But it only takes me 10. I know I've got the ladder already, but I wanted to see. My mining isn't going to go up if I don't ever like bust anything up. And I need more coal, which I think is specifically coming from just like regular rocks and not the like the copper nodes. Yeah, I'm not sure what the chances of them being different are. Like, what the chances of them spawning in are. I've already gotten more, like, worthwhile stuff. It's actually, like, beneficial to us immediately. Than we did, like, the entire time. Yesterday. I hear you. We'll just pop up like these guys right here. So you need lots of stone too, I believe. Come on. Amethyst. Worthwhile over there. Energy apiece. You have 6, that's 78 energy total. Hopefully we'll get some bugs. Got a track too, so there should be a mine cart down here. Whoa, look at them all. We haven't had a spiral Or I guess not. The stairs are for when we go to the scary mines out in the desert. When we're ready to have all our good stuff. That's like this one is set in now, right? Yeah, I was playing I was playing the second one with my fiance, and I was like, "Oh, we've never finished the first one, so maybe I'll play that. That'll give me something else to do because I'm really enjoying the second one." The first one's okay, but it's definitely I like the second one. I like the leveling up in it a little bit better because I really enjoy character customization stuff and having points to spend every time you level up is exciting for me. And I like the fact that it's just maybe a little bit together game. If that makes sense, like just one immunity, so we can sell those at the whatever place. Now we need to start finding a way out because it's gonna be time to leave here in a couple minutes. And my thing was like all the way back around there. Got greedy. I don't have time to do it. Right, I did find a ladder or whatever. Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, good. Let's go. This is gonna be really pushing it. Oh no. We might just make the bed. Ooh. Ooh. slime stuff in there too. Don't have any wild seeds. We're gonna hang on to those so that we can start off next season. Steel sword. That's getting sold. But that bug meat can go in there for now. Cave carrots can actually go in there. Extra stone in there, fiber in there. Shield I'm gonna hang on to. There is watering can inside. One second. Alright, clay, and we need 5 copper bars. Yes, that's why I wrote them down, because I cannot remember anything longer than like 2 minutes or so. So we can plant that guy. Got the watering can. Copper bars. Let's sort this. Excuse me. First things first, can we harvest this stuff yet? Can. Unmilled rice. Wait a minute, because I gotta remember I can do this now. Oh, it just like waters itself. That's cool. There's gonna be a lot of like back and forth around here, waiting for. Well, the Adventurers Club doesn't open until. What is it? 2? I think. We got a fair bit of copper this time. Oh yeah, they were parking it. It's an older couple that is I've never seen around here before. Decided to start like hiking up around here. And they come by every day, right around now or so. Yeah. So usually sometime between like 2 and like 5 they come by. My dogs freak out because how could there ever be somebody outside that is not them? It's an incomprehensible thing to them. That's gonna be in the way, I think. Do I have any more copper? Not enough for another one. So we'll do like this. Got everything that we want to sell today. In here, we want to stash away. Actually, we don't really want to stash away anything, but maybe this. Oh, there's that mill that I was like, oh, I'm never going to use this. Cloth. To make that, we need 4 cloth, which means we need to get sheep. Which means we need a barn. Barn is 6,000, a coop is 4,000. So we'll hang on to that for now. That'll get us there. We got a bunch of geodes to bust open. We gotta check for spring onions today. Yours is closed today, so Evelyn needs a copper bar. Why? I can give you one, just why? I'm gonna have to go all the way back to my farm again anyway, so that's fine. Amethyst. Hey, buddy. These are 25 a piece, so that's 250. And the silo is 100. One rock. I think he gave me the shell that he broke, and he kept whatever was good for himself. Slime thing, right? Petrified slime. That's something I've already delivered. So we can sell that. Malachite. Home, I think I've already delivered also. And clay. That was okay. That was an okay little haul there. Donate to the museum. More stuff for you today. Slime. Not like a terrible thing, I guess. Making sure that he's doing his stuff before he goes outside to play, but that he can go outside and play still is good. Abby. That's fine. I get like that sometimes too. I will go through chunks of time where it's just like sleep eludes me. I will lay down and like have like tiny little naps, like even like if I'm laying down, like go to bed, and I'll sleep for like 5-10 minutes maybe, and I'm awake, and I'm like wired and wide awake. It happened actually this last Saturday night into Sunday. And I'll play catch with you. Bit of advice, cover your mouth when you sneeze. So I should be able to do some. Oh, he's like over here waiting for me. I got stuff for him. Just out of curiosity, that one's like dancing around, so that means I've got stuff for it. Cool. We need to get our fishing up eventually too. I run all the way back. And once the silo's done, I can spend a day just like tearing around and getting all the airline. Are you up here on the day that your shop is closed? Not hanging out with your family. Although I guess Abby was already out and about too. Dandelions. Daffodils. So these guys are all good to sell. Okay. And you clear out like that space right there, I think. Take my axe and my fishing rod. And that's actually pretty good timing because now it's going to be after. It's good in there. Put me amethysts. That'll be okay. We'll do some fishing. Oh, I gotta go down and check the spring onions too. Not sure. Probably not going to though. Move on with the useful stuff so I can accidentally give her a present. Construct a farm building. It's our first one. Silo. I forgot to axe this space over here. I can put it up there, but it doesn't. I think when you get married, stuff goes up there. I of course have like, ooh, right there, perfect. There's a little space for you. It looks like I might be able to fit a few more in there when I'm ready for it. Hey there, Demetrius. Here, so I don't forget while I'm fishing. Ooh, silver saber. like a million more slimes. Might as well. Cave insects were doing pretty good. I think we get something worthwhile from that. The Duggies, or those little mole guys. Not crabs. It's everything that we've encountered thus far. Forage over here. That's the bridge, I think, that gets fixed from the foraging bundle. That's very nice of you, fish. Wood and bait. So we need to get... Ooh. Iridium blood. That'll sell for a lot. We need to get the next fishing rod. Like the fiberglass rod or something like that. But to get that in the store, we need to upgrade our fishing level. Well, we found like the best spot in the world to fish, I guess. Yeah. I had to say something. I opened my mouth and put my foot right in there. Noise, like, I hear it like bloop, and then it's like, oh, gotta get it. I think it only counts the treasure chest if you also get the fish, right? What are magma geodes? Ooh. Fancy. Rice shoots. Rice shoots are like hopefully going to be easy money in the long term. Because they take next to no effort on my end to actually like do. I just have to keep looking at them and making sure that they're not done yet. New record for a largemouth bass. I've got probably enough time for like one more day after this, and then I'll have to call it. This one was kind of a short one. I guess like the second half of my streaming today was kind of short. I have a lot of stuff to do kind of in the middle, and without her to kind of like catch me for lunch. I should have eaten lunch before I started and like got all my stuff done before I started. But I didn't think about it until it was like 2 o'clock, almost 2:30, and my stomach was like rumbling at me. Yeah, she had she's only got like a half day today at work. they do that sometimes for whatever reason, which is nice because then she's not stuck there all day. But it's kind of obnoxious that it's always like it's never like a 9 to 1 or something like that. It's always like right in the middle of the day. So we can't plan to go like to the local like city or anything like that. It's always yeah. Yeah, she works at a liquor store. She makes all like the big money, whereas I'm kind of a bum right at the moment. Um, so we can sell all of this. Why can't I throw it in the garbage from here? Get it out of here. Get it in the garbage. CD and actual just trash. Yeah, I've been a jobless bum for a hot minute. But the local job market is less than booming at the moment. And even without COVID, it's not a very like friendly area to me. Um, well, let's see. I went to school for psychology, which is kind of like fun and exciting. Um, but to like, I went basically like with the promise of where I was working, saying that at the time that if I just got my bachelor's degree, then I would be able to like, move into like a management position and like do more of like assessment stuff because I worked in um like a group home, I guess would be the best way to explain it, or like a home for individuals with developmental disabilities. So I went and I got my degree, and then they kind of like, yeah, well, there's no openings right now, so keep working here, and we'll find you a spot eventually. And then a spot came open, and they gave it to basically one of like the board members' kids. And then to kind of like top that off, they decided that they were no longer going to like continue to pay for my education because now the position was no longer available. What they told me was no longer available. Um, my dog is on the bed, just like in real life. He sleeps like right in the middle, so you can't get in. You gotta fight him to get him out of the way. And use. Oh yeah, it was kind of like it kind of ticked me off. So I did not work there much longer than that. I started working at the local hospital in like the purchasing department, I guess would be the best way to explain it. So I did all like the receiving and stuff, and I did a little bit of ordering, but nothing like I wouldn't be the one ordering like medical supplies. I would be the one that would do like, oh, we need 10 cases of paper, or like, we need toilet paper or whatever. So I would do stuff like that, and I would do like all the receiving and checking stuff in, which didn't have to do with all like the medical supplies, and make sure that like if stuff was coming in, it wasn't damaged or like open or anything. And I was there for a good few years. Like two and a half, I was in that position. 2.5, almost 3 years in that position. And then another job opened up actually at the hospital. They were looking for it was advertised as a patient financial consultant. So what it was mainly doing was things like people would come in and either they wouldn't have insurance, or their insurance wouldn't cover everything or whatever, and we live in a very like low income area. So it would be helping them apply for financial aid, or I call it financial aid, but it's called charity care at most hospitals. It's just like a discount from your hospital bill. And because of the area that we lived in, it was most people, when they would come in to apply for it, we would be looking at typically in the neighborhood of like an 85 to 95% discount was our like average we were giving out. Yeah. Yeah, it was it was basically like that. But then they also decided to tack on that I would be doing what's it called? Provider enrollment. So basically like I would be the reason that like your doctor would be in network. Or, like why the hospital providers were in network. But a lot of like the local docs. What was that? Oh, probably rural. It was like just off the edge of the It was like a lot of the local docs would go through us too, or like we're affiliated with our hospital. So I would be responsible for enrolling them and everything too, which was fine, except that it got to the point where my like what they hired me for was no longer what I was doing 90% of my time, and that was fine because enrolling providers wasn't particularly terrible, except for the fact that trying to get providers to actually respond, like they're busy people, whatever, but it's kind of like trying to yank your teeth out through the back of your head with someone, because they're very much so like haughty. They are like the top dog of the hospital. They don't understand why they should have to return these forms in a timely manner, and things like that. And the person that was doing that stuff before me, oh no, they had fully intended me to do that from the start, or like to take that over from the start as well, because the person that was doing it officially hadn't been there for like a year and a half or so, like before I started doing that. It was basically spread out all over the billing office, so nobody had like a set way of doing anything, which was fantastic, trying to like organize and like get everything back like on the same page again. Who's that? That's rare. Is it a little tiny computer? A dwarf gadget. But yeah, so I went from receiving and doing some ordering and stuff like that to working I'm basically like in the office spaces of the hospital, doing some very like worthwhile things like the patient side, and then doing some stuff that was like dragging me down, like grinding me into the ground day in and day out, because doctors do not want to send back the paperwork that I need so that they can continue to bill for patients through our hospital. And that does, them doing that doesn't hurt them at all, because they can still bill. They're the people that are getting hurt by them doing that is the patients, and I was not a fan of that. And so when I would go to the actual like the managers, the nursing managers, or like the walking clinic manager or whoever, to try and get like some support from that, or to like deal with that, they basically would tell me, well, you have to do what they want to do because they're the doctors. And if they're not going to respond, then good luck to you. Which was more than a little frustrating there too. But I like doing the patient stuff, so I kept doing that. Then it kind of like caught up with me a little bit. Not in like the stress of it was kind of like piling on, but it was also, I went from a job that was super active, where I was like on my feet for 7.5 hours a day. Oh, they're trying to break into the mines, and they're going to tell me that Gunther's got the key. Yeah, so I went from a job where I was on my feet for like 7.5 hours a day to sitting in front of a computer screen for that long. And like that started to really take its toll on me. Not like physically, I started to like put on some weight and stuff. But also, like, it turns out that my mental health has never been fantastic, and all the exercise that I was getting was basically what was like staving off some pretty serious depression. Yeah, so basically sitting at my desk doing my job was like grinding me into the ground, because there wasn't like there was no like physical activity involved with it. And basically it had been so bad because I was fairly active outside of work, but because it was, trying to think how to explain it, because I went from basically doing that super active job and then coming home and walking my dogs, or getting up and walking my dogs, and then coming home and like running around and cleaning. I would have like 2 hours out of my day where I was just like set down, or 2 or 3 or 4 hours, however many, like when my fiance were set down, just like relaxing and playing video games and stuff. And then it went from that to doing that like basically nonstop, because I would still get up and walk the dogs, but then all that extra like exercise that I was getting throughout the day was just not happening. And so my brain wasn't pumping out the whatever, I want to say that it was serotonin or whatever. Like when you exercise, you produce a certain chemical. And my brain was not pumping that out as much. I was not as receptive to it as I should have been. So that was taking its toll on me. All that stuff. So then I left the hospital. Basically, like at my my doctor's, like I ended up spending some time like in a mental ward because I was so depressed. I was like wasn't like getting out of bed or anything, and that was a whole mess like in and of itself. So I spent some time there. Actually, like, got stuff figured out to like what was actually going on with me, and have since then like kind of like at my doctor's instruction, tried to find a job that was less stressful on like a day-to-day basis, or like whatever. So like dealing with patients was okay, but dealing with providers was not doing it for me. So I had to find a job that was like less stressful, or it could be like either a little bit more accommodating to me being up and physically active again, or me being basically if it got real bad, that I would just like wouldn't show up to work because I was so depressed that I wouldn't get out of bed. Yeah, so that was kind of rough. But like I said, I got it kind of like I've got it figured out now to where if things are starting to slide in that direction, I know enough about it now. Not that I didn't before, but it's kind of like that's never going to happen to me, sort of a situation. And then, as typically goes along with that situation, it did in fact start happening to me, and I was just like in denial about it. I don't want to give you any of this stuff. Can we go on that? There we go. Yeah. So it was a time. Just let me inside, but nobody's here. It's kind of weird. Oh, he's not in the basement. What are you doing? Had a nasty cut from a rock crab. You should have had my sword. It would have kept you safe. Maru. Where's Robin? Yeah, so it was a lot of like nonsense that all kind of like piled on at once, coupled with like a lot of stuff from like my childhood and just like my general coping mechanisms and all that stuff. Really like beat me into the ground. But it has for the most part been corrected or has been dealt with in such a way, and I've been given such a framework thanks to my awesome counselor folks that I am more aware of like what to keep an eye out for. I have some generally better ways of dealing with stuff. She's not here. Where did she go? She just like, oh, you know what? I know where she is. She's on my farm. That's why she's not at her house or like anywhere else that I would expect her to be. But yeah, so then the next response is, well, why do you play video games all day if you're like that and you know that that was an issue before? Um, well, the my response to that is that while I do play a lot of games now, I'm aware of like what type of exercise I need to be getting. So like walking the dogs and walking with my fiance is kind of like it's nice, but I also take you know a half an hour in the morning and then typically like a half an hour in the morning. I got an exercise bike that I know it's under construction. I want to give you back your axe. I don't want to give you that. I want to give you your axe. Come out of there. Get out of there. Yeah, we'll deal with that tomorrow. I'll keep it in my pocket for now. But yeah, so it's not like it is still probably an issue, but I know enough. Like I have enough of like a handle on it now that it's um more readily apparent to me when things start to go sideways, and I can call and just get like a session or two with a counselor. Be like, hey, this is what's really like going on with me right now. I want to keep an eye on it. Things like that. They've also given me a lot more, like I said, like framework and like how to deal with stuff a little better. And I've been dealing, doing all that stuff. And the last time that I was in counseling, when it started to get kind of bad, like just before COVID hit, I think it was. Yeah. I spent like I talked to him, and now that it was no longer like oh, I'm not you're not getting out of bed. I'm like oh, I have this other stuff that I really need to deal with. Now that I'm not like a danger to myself, can we deal with that stuff? And it was very eye opening to say the least. With some of the stuff that I had not addressed, and it was very nice to have somebody else say, hey, this is probably what's going on. This is probably XYZ. yeah, they helped me really like look at a lot of my like relationships and how I approached a lot of stuff like that, and that helped to. We actually need to hang on to the green algae for stuff. Um, and it kind of helped me, I guess, come to grips or come to terms with the fact that there were some people in my life who, though I loved them very much, were causing a lot of the issues, or were certainly like helping things along and had been since I was a little kid. Um, there we go. Yeah, so basically what I was told is that it would be okay to still care about them, but not necessarily see them on such a regular basis or like at all until they are ready to also kind of work on their own stuff. And it's not saying like, they have to get better for me. They definitely need to, fix their stuff for themselves. But my responses to it, like, I need to not be present for them if they're not going to work on their own shit. Because well, I have come a long way towards coping with stuff. These are people I've known basically since I was a little kid, and it's very easy to fall back into those old habits and old like patterns. And yeah, so that is my response. Like, why do I always say that she brings home the bacon? Is because she very much so is the person that does. And until I can get back in school, my degree is essentially useless in my area. If I wanted to move like 3 or 4 hours away to like an actual city or something like that, then I could go back to doing basically like what I was doing before, but making an actual like living wage at it. But around here, the stuff like that I would be doing would be very like kind of like physically demanding, mentally demanding, but there's not a lot of like not necessarily a lot of recognition for it, and there's also not a lot of like I have the education or like I have the qualifications and stuff to do more than that. But it just it's a nepotism kind of took place. Yeah. So she makes all the money and I do all of like the housework stuff basically. Yeah. So that is that. I will probably play some more of this. Maybe Friday? Thursday or Friday. Tomorrow or Friday. I think will probably be more of this. So yeah, thanks for listening to me rant and talk about my life for the last like 20 minutes or so. Yeah, definitely. All right, I'm off. I gotta go. She's gonna be home. She'll be calling here in like 5 or 6 minutes. I have to make sure that my pots are actually like, dry so I can have some dinner. Yeah, that's what started all this. Was why I started slow, or why I started late today, or had like a shorter second time than what I normally would, is because she feels bad because I do all the stuff around the house. Like I walk the dogs, and I take care of the dogs, and I clean the cat litter, and feed all the animals, all that stuff, and do a lot of the laundry stuff. So she keeps telling me, "I'll do the dishes. I'll do the dishes. I'll do the dishes." But we put the like whatever will fit in the dishwasher in the dishwasher. She's like, "I'll do the hand dishes," except that we were literally like out of pans. I used my last like pan yesterday, or pot yesterday, to make some to boil mashed potatoes, boil potatoes to make mashed potatoes, and did a roast in the slow cooker. So I had to take some time and do all that stuff. But yeah, so I look forward to it. I look forward to chatting more with you. It's nice to have somebody actually like there as opposed to just ranting to myself. All right. Have a good one.